Title: The Wandering Hand of Silent Forest. The wind howled through the bare trees, carrying with it the cold rain that lashed at Marcos's and Javier's faces. The afternoon had turned a leaden gray, foreshadowing a long, dark night in the heart of the forest. "Are you sure this is the way, Marcos?" Javier asked, his voice trembling. Water seeped through the collar of his jacket, chilling him to the bone. "Absolutely. My grandfather always said the Weeping Willow stream led to the hidden waterfall. I never found it, but today's the day," Marcos replied, with a determination he didn't entirely feel. They had been walking for hours, venturing deeper and deeper into the thicket. The forest, normally tranquil, seemed to watch them with a silent hostility. The trees, with their twisted branches, resembled skeletal claws trying to trap them. The air smelled of damp earth and something else, something putrid and unknown that made their skin crawl. Suddenly, Javier stopped dead, grabbing Marcos's arm tightly. "What's that?" he whispered, pointing towards the ground. Between the roots of an old oak tree, the earth was moving. It wasn't an animal, nor the action of the wind. The earth rose and fell with a slow, deliberate rhythm, as if something were struggling to get out. Marcos approached cautiously, feeling a chill run down his spine. With each step, the movement became more evident. The earth cracked, and with a horrifying creak, a hand emerged from the darkness. It was a human hand, but distorted and grotesque. The skin, a sickly ashen color, was covered in dirt and moss. The fingers, long and bony, writhed like worms. The nails, yellowish and brittle, resembled sharp claws. "What the hell?" Marcos stammered, feeling the blood freeze in his veins. The hand moved, feeling the ground as if searching for something. It crawled between the roots, pushing aside fallen leaves with surprising strength. "Run!" Javier screamed, seized by panic. They both took off running, stumbling over roots and stones hidden beneath the thick layer of leaves. The rain lashed at them furiously, blinding them and hindering their escape. They looked back, terrified. The hand was following them. It slid across the earth with an unnatural speed, getting closer and closer. It seemed driven by a supernatural force, by an implacable will. They ran and ran, but the hand didn't stop. The trees whispered around them, as if mocking their despair. The forest, which had once been a place of beauty and mystery, had become an endless nightmare. Suddenly, Javier tripped and fell to the ground, hitting his head against a rock. He lay there, unconscious, his breathing labored. "Javier," Marcos cried, stopping beside his friend. The hand was approaching. Marcos knew they couldn't escape. He took Javier in his arms and tried to lift him, but he was too heavy. His legs trembled, his lungs burned. "Leave me here." Javier groaned, regaining consciousness. "Save yourself. I'm not leaving you," Marcos replied, tears in his eyes. The hand stopped a few feet from them. It remained motionless, as if studying them. Marcos could see, in the palm of the hand, a deep, twisted scar, as if it had been amputated from a living body. Suddenly, the hand rose into the air and pointed towards Javier. Then, it began to dig frantically in the earth, moving the dirt with an inhuman ferocity. Marcos didn't understand what was happening. Why had the hand pointed at Javier? What was it looking for? The hand dug and dug until it found something. It was a necklace, an old silver necklace with a small heart-shaped pendant. The pendant was covered in dirt and rust, but Marcos recognized the inscription engraved on it. J.A. Javier's eyes widened in surprise as he saw the necklace. His face paled. "Where did you get that?" he asked, his voice trembling. The hand did not respond. It simply extended the necklace towards Javier. "That necklace?" Javier began, his eyes filled with horror. "That necklace belonged to my sister. She disappeared 20 years ago in this forest. They never found her." Marcos felt a chill run through his entire body. He understood the truth. The hand was the hand of Javier's sister. The hand of a young woman who had been murdered in the forest and whose body had never been found. The hand had remained in the earth, desperately searching for the necklace that had belonged to her in life. Javier took the necklace with trembling hands. Silent tears ran down his cheeks. "Is that you, Lisa?" he whispered, his voice breaking. The hand reached out and gently stroked Javier's cheek with one of its bony fingers. Then, with a final slow and deliberate movement, it vanished into the earth, leaving behind only a small mound of disturbed soil. Marcos and Javier remained there, in silence, under the torrential rain. The forest, no longer threatening, seemed to mourn the young woman who had lost her life within it. They were never the same again. The experience had marked them forever. They knew that the forest held dark secrets and that some things, once lost, never rest in peace.